Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today I'm going to talk about some of the TV shows that I have been binge watching. I got into a mood where I really wanted to binge watch some shows just because I was hitting a reading slump at the beginning of the year, so I kind of took that opportunity to say, you know what, I'm just going to zone out for a little while, take a break from books, and just kind of give my brain a little bit of a break that it apparently needs. And I did watch a couple of shows, and I did watch a few shows actually earlier, a few months ago as well. And some of these are shows that I talked about in my last TV binge plans that I had posted. So, but not all of them. So I will talk about the ones that I ended up watching, and we are going to move on from there. Okay, so what I do is I keep track of the TV shows I want to watch in this little bullet journal. This is a journal that was sent to me by a friend of mine, and it's so cute. It's got coffee cups all over it. It is a grid type, and I actually decorated it with some stickers and letter stickers and everything, and I have like Netflix right there. And then what I do is I will do the show and then the season and then all the episodes, and I will color them in when I have watched them. So let me find an example of one that is colored in. Okay, so this is a good example here. So you can see like these shows, I've colored in all the episodes that I've watched so far. And I do have a video of myself setting this up if you guys are interested in that. I believe it's only on my scrapbooking channel, but I'll still leave the link down below if you guys are interested in seeing me actually set this up. And I talk more about the shows that are in here and all that good stuff. And so I will talk about the shows that I have watched recently. I believe I have 4, maybe 5 that I can talk about and what my thoughts were. So we're just going to go in order. I'm going to find the first one that's completely filled up. And that is, Tidying Up with Marie Kondo. We've already talked about this because it got me to get rid of 70 books. So this is on Netflix, and it's an 8-show series. And it's Marie Kondo who wrote The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. And she kind of has this process that she created and kind of some guidelines to follow for not only decluttering your house, but kind of evaluating your things and making you realize what you really enjoy having around you and what you just don't. And her process is very specific, and it makes you think about things a little bit differently. So that's what I really loved about it. And in this show, she goes into 8 different homes and she helps people. She guides them through it. She doesn't do anything for them. She doesn't say, oh, no, you can't keep that. No, you shouldn't keep that. Everybody there makes their own decisions. They even ask her for, well, what would you do? What would you do? And she's like, this isn't my house. It's not my decision to make. This is your decision to make. So I love that she really makes them do it. She doesn't do anything for them. She's just there to guide and to kind of tell them how to do the process. And I really like that. She does not make any judgments based on what they keep and what they don't. She has a very specific, question that you ask yourself. Does it bring you joy? If the answer is yes, you keep it. If the answer is no, it goes, period. And she doesn't judge on how long it takes people to get anything done. And it's really great. I really like it. I really like her. She's such a little ball of sunshine. Like, she's adorable. So definitely recommend watching that. And I think it's gonna, it's really caused kind of a revolution of everybody going through their stuff right now. All right, next one is A Designated Survivor. Okay, so this one I wanted to watch because it had gotten canceled on the network it was on. I can't remember which one it was. But it was season 2. And I hadn't watched season 2 yet, and I loved season 1, so I was super excited to watch season 2. Then after season 2 ended, it got canceled, and I was devastated because I wasn't sure if I was going to bother with season 2, but then I had heard it was really good, and I was like, yeah, but if it's canceled, then that's it. And it wasn't a planned cancellation. Like, the show did not expect to get canceled, so the way it ended was like, oh man. But Netflix came to the rescue, and Netflix has revived it. So it's going to be a season 3. It's going to be on Netflix. I'm so excited because I did watch season 2, and the way that ended, I would have been really mad if that was it. But I really do love the show. So the whole premise of it, if you haven't heard of it, is Kiefer Sutherland is a congressman. And in the very first episode, he is the designated survivor, which is an elected person in office who will sit out the State of the Union. He or she will be in a disclosed location in a very, very safe place. Nobody knows who it is, but they are there during the State of the Union. That way, if anything happens at the State of the Union, there is an elected person who can step into office if they need to. That was his role. He was the person to do that night. Well, the State of the Union and the Capitol building got destroyed. So, and like everybody died. And so he's literally the only elected person left to run the nation. Like, what? So he has to step in and be the president. And he didn't want to, but he had to. He was the only person left. That was his role. So you see him step into this role, see the struggles, see the power grabs that people are trying to, ooh, I'm going to take advantage of this situation and all that. The coolest thing about this is that he's an independent. So he's not Republican, Democrat. He's literally middle of the road. And I love that about this show. And I love his decision making because of that. And I'm just like, can this really happen? Can we actually have an independent leader? That would be amazing. I think it would solve a lot of the back and forths and all that. And I especially loved, there was one scene in season 2 where it was him and there was a Democratic leader and a Republican leader, and they were trying to get him to join their party. Basically, they were basically telling him, you need to pick a party because this isn't going to work out very well. And he flat out said, I am not doing that because of the way you people are behaving, because of all this fighting and all this manipulating and all this, behind the scenes and all this little deals and blah, blah, blah. He's like, I'm not about that. That's why I'm an independent. And I literally cheered when that scene came on, because I was just like, oh, can that really happen? That would be so amazing. But of course not. Okay. So, super loved it and excited for season 3 on Netflix, and I can't wait. All right. The next one is A New Girl. And I watched this in one afternoon because it was only 8 episodes for the last season, and they're half-hour episodes. So it went really, really quickly, and I really enjoyed it. Like, this show was really, really funny. The characters are so quirky and great, and just every single episode made me laugh a lot. And I liked the way that it ended as well. So it was a good ending, and I'm going to miss it. But yeah. And another one that I finished up, and I don't believe I finished it before my last one. I think this was part of the last one that I wanted to finish, and that's Scandal. I needed to watch quite a few episodes of the very last season, and I did. And the last season was interesting because the first episode of the last season, I didn't like it. It was so much girl power. It was almost like, ooh, like, put your ovaries away. Like, no, it's fine. We don't need this much girl power. Like, it was that bad for the first episode. And then something happened where Olivia kind of got put in her place. And I was like, okay, now I'm in. Like, I'm interested again because she needed it. She got a little power hungry, like in the first few episodes of the last season. But she got taken down a notch, which I appreciated. So I ended up enjoying the way that it ended. It was definitely still a show, though. I felt like it had kind of run its course, and I think it was just kind of like, okay, and I'm not super interested in where this is going anymore. But I did end up enjoying the last season. I enjoyed it more when Fitz came back, because Fitz came back in the last season. So I enjoyed seeing him and all the issues that arise whenever he's around. So yeah, it was good. And that's a completed show now. It was a planned ending. So the producer of the show said this is going to be the last season. And yeah, it was good. Okay, guys. And then, so this next one is my most recent. This is the most recent one that I watched. And I really started looking at my DVR and saying, okay, I need to watch something off of here because it's starting to get full. And it's one of those things where I have so many things to watch. It's overwhelming and I can't make a decision. I have a really hard time saying, okay, I'm going to watch this and this is what I'm going to watch. I don't know. I have a hard time when I'm confronted with that many things. So I decided I was like, you know what? I'm going to start at the top. Like, whatever the first recording is, that's what I'm going to watch. And it was 911. And it was 2 seasons. And each season's only 10 episodes long, so it's not like a huge, huge commitment, but it's enough to keep you interested and to keep you binging. And let me tell you, I was obsessed and I did not want to stop. I watched it so fast. I watched this while my husband was on a work trip, and I watched the whole thing while he was gone, and he was only gone for a week. So if that tells you anything, I watched 20 episodes in a week and I loved it. I loved it. The scenarios they were in were super crazy, but believable. And some of them you could tell they were taken from real life situations. Cause I'm like, oh, I remember seeing a story about that on the news. Like, yep, that's something that actually happened. And of course it's their own spin on it, but, very interesting that way. The cast is fantastic as well. So this follows, a group of first responders, basically. We have a 911 operator who was played by Connie Britton in the first season. And you see her taking calls and things she has to deal with and all that and how hard it is on her. Then you follow the first responders as far as a crew of firemen and, you know, their captain and who they are and everything. And every single one of them is so great. And then you also follow a cop who is, you know, a first responder as well. And she is also personally friends with some of the firemen and all that stuff. So you get to kind of see them all interact together and you see them responding to scenes together and all that stuff. And it was really good. I really, really liked it a lot. And I'm really excited that season 3 is starting. I think it starts in March. So I will definitely be watching as soon as it comes back on. But yeah, I really like it a lot. Like that really became my new obsession. Okay, guys, that is it. Those are the shows that I have binge watched lately, like really, truly started where I needed to start and finished them out. And yeah, I pretty much liked just about everything I watched. So I was excited about that. Okay, so moving forward, what I've done in the past is I, told you what I watched, and then I would pick a new set of shows to watch going forward in the future. And then I would kind of set a time when I would update you on what I watched. But I don't think I'm going to do that this time. I think I'm going to just plan to update you maybe in the next 3 months, like 3 months from now. I'll update you on what I have been watching and I'll just keep track of it and just let you know, because I kind of want to do like I'm mood reading. I want to mood watch too. Like, what am I in the mood for? So I don't want to pick it ahead of time because I'll tend to be like, no, I don't want to watch it because I said I had to. So I don't want that to happen. But I will probably let you know in, let's see, it's end of January, February, March. So April, maybe towards the end of April, later part of April, I will let you know what I end up watching. But I do want to do some more binges here soon because just, things are filling up and things are piling on. And I want to make sure that I don't get super far behind on anything and let my DVR fill up to the point where it won't record anything because, we're 70, 80% full in there right now. So I got to get some of that stuff off. But all right, let me know down below if you guys watched any of the shows that I talked about. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if there's a show that you really enjoy that maybe I haven't seen yet, or maybe it's on my list and maybe I'll bump it up to a higher priority. And just let me know what some of your favorites are. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.